These games are ranked by play score, a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. Opening our list of the top 10 iOS MMO is Blitz Brigade online multiplayer shooting action. Prepare for an exciting battle for supremacy in Gameloft's flagship team-based shooter. While not exactly known for their originality, the mobile game studio has managed to serve smartphone gamers with a dose of much-needed first-person action. With its cartoon visuals, team-based mechanics, and colorful cast of characters, it's pretty much a pocket-sized version of Valve's popular Team Fortress 2. Divided over 7 classes picked from their lineup of 12 badass characters and play a decisive role in the battlefield as medics, snipers, engineers, and more. When the chaos ensues, it's a battle of wits, reflexes, and skills that forces you to get good or get out. Thankfully, packed with the intense team battles is the useful voice chat option to communicate strategies and share battle plans with your team. Offering 4 different game modes, rack up your skills in deathmatch, capture the flag, dominate the battlefield, or eliminate everything in sight. So head into their scenic arenas and have victory in the crosshairs. It has a play score of 7.91. 9th place is Olympus Rising. What better way to celebrate the joys of battle than with the founders of military strategies themselves? From the makers of Non-Stop Night and Royal Revolt, Flare Games' most recent MMO serves to steer the pot of today's pool of games, bringing you to Greece's prolific ancient mythology. With the collapse of the god's precious home, it's up to you to rebuild Olympus and bring it back to shape in time to win the war. Play as a literal god and build yourself an empire on the ruins of Olympus. Form a team of legendary Greek icons and amass armies to lay siege to other islands for territorial control. With more islands under your watch, it adds another layer of strategy to the game as you try to defend each and one of them from the threat of invasion. With their jaw-dropping graphics, immerse yourself in a world of Greek fantasy that sets the bar high for mobile game quality. It has a play score of 7.96. 8th place is Dungeon Hunter 5. Gameloft scores itself another spot on this list with this 5th entry to their medieval MMORPG. Originally released on the PS Vita, their dungeon crawling hack and slash game has come a long way since their Diablo clone days. While it looks like they've gone back to the Diablo imitation game, Dungeon Hunters manages to be a serviceable MMO. This time, the series improves on the narrative front with a compelling new story to discover. Play as a bounty hunter under the cover of darkness, and help bring justice to a land enveloped by darkness and chaos. Customize your character's skills and abilities, and watch them fight with their swords and spells. Along with the remarkable graphics, the world is made even more alive with the return of full voice acting and dramatic soundtracks. If you don't mind having to deal with the company's annoying freemium system, then Dungeon Hunters just might be a game to consider. It has a play score of 8.06. 7th place is Order in Chaos Duels trading card game. If there's one thing to say about the mobile game giant, it's that they really know how to milk a franchise. Through the years, their primary MMO has seen a handful of noteworthy spin-offs. From their hit MOBA, Heroes of Order and Chaos, comes a trading card game anchored on the same universe and art style of the Order and Chaos games. Travel to the fictional Haradon and use your cards and might to rid the world of evil. Within the 300 cards to collect, you'll meet a roster of familiar faces who will aid you in battle against a demonic Zephyr. Build the ultimate deck and use various enchantments to buff minions or to weaken the opposing forces. The new TCG has been praised for its high production value and slick visuals. It's also been commended for their friendly gameplay that attracts both veterans and newbies of the genre. As with most Gameloft games, you still might find yourself paying for the high price for success. Nonetheless, it has a play score of 8.15. 6th place is Plunder Pirates. Taking massive notes from today's most popular strategy game, Midoki's Plunder Pirates is essentially a pirate-themed Clash of Clans. But that's not to say it's a bad thing. With its gorgeous 3D visuals and adorable art style, it pulls off many of the things that made COC great, while adding a sprinkle of features to bring home the nautical theme. In their traditional multiplayer mode, set up camp on a scenic land and build homes for your pirate adventurers. Arm your base with the best artillery to defend against rival attacks, and bring along your best crew to ransack the neighboring isles. To complete the pirate life, their single-player campaign will let you explore the oceans around you. discovering treasures and uncovering the sea's many secrets. Aside from their unique campaign, it doesn't offer too much innovations on the formula, but it does execute the basics very well, translating the time-tested mechanics into a charming nautical escapade. It has a play score of 8.22. Fifth place is Clash of Clans, the one game that changed the tides of the mobile MMO sphere. Released in 2012, Supercell's freemium strategy game is a modern classic that continues to pique the interest of the mobile masses. Spawning thousands of clones, it remains the #1 pick, with its trademark 3D visuals, polished mechanics, and addictive gameplay. Create your own village from scratch and defend it from invading players with impenetrable walls and loyal warriors. Or head to the real-time battlefield and fight against enemy defenses with your time-tested strategies. With the power of gold and elixirs, upgrade your artillery, promote your troops, and head for battle once more. But the fight to the top of the leaderboards is no easy feat. Join clans and defeat the highest players with your combined might. However haunted by annoying in-app purchases, it's still one of the best base-building mobile games on the market. It has a play score of 8.26. Fourth place is Age of Wushu Dynasty. Looks like the popular MMO martial arts game has made it to the mobile. A combination of the source material and their very own Tai Chi Panda, Snail Games has brought a pocket-sized version of the original. Despite the downgrade to a more compact platform, they never skimped on production value, with their fluid yet satisfying chaotic fights. Travel back to ancient China and experience the action and serenity that the art of Wushu offers. With their two-handed virtual pad, perform feints and parries to break defenses, and time your movements to slash enemies in graceful fashion. With a little bit of practice, you'll be kicking and slicing through their various anachrostic opponents in no time. Navigate through the 8 schools of martial arts, bask in their unique art style, and enjoy the tranquility of their Chinese landscapes. It's elegant, polished, and sophisticated, just like the Age of Wushu. It has a play score of 8.27. Third place is Dominations. World domination is right at your fingertips with this compelling mobile strategy game from Nexon and Big Huge Games. Taking elements from Civilization and multi-awarded Clash of Clans, create your own house, take them through the ebb and flow of time, and defend them from invaders. It's a historical journey as you oversee your country's development, from the primeval times to the modern age. Choose from 8 global powerhouses and use each of their unique features to expand your influential sphere. Lead your citizens through every trying period. Rule tribes of hunters and gatherers, industrialize your bustling metropolis, and master the science of war. You'll even encounter history's famous icons, from the artistic innovator Da Vinci, the formidable monarchs like King Sejong, and even Catherine the Great. Pillage nations for valuable resources in PvP, forge powerful alliances in 50 vs 50 warfare, and write your name in the pages of history. It has a play score of 8.28. Second place is Dark Legends. In a genre dominated by vibrant lands and fantastical creatures, this is Spacetime Studios' supernatural MMO. Step inside the dark and gritty world of the haunted vampires and aid them in the quest for survival. Hunted down by a horde of human supremacists, you must defend your tribes against the peril of extinction. Sacrifice your mortal soul and fight werewolves and warlocks using worldly weapons and your lightning-fast reflexes. Eliminate your foes with your newfound vampiric talents and receive a collection of unique powers and treasures to boost your odds against the hunters. Fight alongside friends in their co-op mode, or feed on your fellow vampires with their fast-paced PvP. Aside from their impressive 3D visuals, Dark Legends delivers a fantastic MMO experience thanks to intuitive controls, expansive campaigns, and enjoyable hack-and-slash action. Although it's still far from the perfect mobile game, it's still an adventure you can sink your teeth in. It has a play score of 8.32. And the best MMO on the iOS is Arcane Legends. From the same studio that brought us Pocket Legends and Dark Legends comes another exciting hack-and-slash MMO. It seems what Spacetime Studios lacks in title creativity, they make up with their polished execution and impressive content. Discover the massive online world of Arlor and partake in a stunning medieval fantasy populated by goblins, dragons, and warriors of strength and magic. Choose from 3 different classes, roaming their 3D lands as warriors, rogues, and sorcerers. Battle against trolls, necromancers, and more using your varying skills, and grow even stronger with hundreds of levels, items, and upgrades. You'll also have the choice of pets to bring along in your many misadventures. It fights alongside you, hacking and slashing through ferocious beasts. Challenge players in a 3v3 PvP, engage in co-op adventures with a friend, or collect over 1,000 weapons and items. Venture to the land of Arlor and experience a definitive mobile MMORPG. It has a play score of 8.52.